welcome you to sunny South Florida. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Jay, you know it. It's special here in Miami with 3 decades of NBA basketball.
Ed, the legendary owner, Mickey Arison, has put everything into this storied franchise and will continue to do so.
3 championships won here in Miami. And tonight, another big matchup on EA Sports. Won by Brooklyn. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Irving. Pass stolen by Miami.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Ibaka to Dragic. Here comes the screen. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw is good. Gets the 3-point play. It's quickly 5-0. Durant with the basketball up top. Looking to make something happen. To Hollis Jefferson. Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Rondae Hollis Jefferson at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. Free throw good as he finishes off the 3-point play. They're back within a bucket. Dragic into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Wade. Can't connect from inside.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Dwayne Wade. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Serge Ibaka pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Butler to Dragic. All by himself, creates his own shot there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Durant to Irving. Nothing going here on that drive. Irving to Durant. 5 seconds to shoot. Durant. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
I like that.
And he hits the second. Hits all 3 free throws. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Butler to Wade. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Dwayne Wade trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Kevin Durant has it. To Dinwiddie. Surveys the floor. Let's see what's there. Ah, Kevin Durant missed his first. That one goes.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Wade, out of bounds the call. Last touch by Dwayne Wade. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Number 2, Torian Prince. And number 21, Wilson Chandler.
Kevin Durant with the rock. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. To Ibaka. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Now down 6. To Durant. Kevin Durant, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2" guard. Scary.
Wade. Short jumper stays out.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Rocking the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Durant. Kevin Durant. He's 3 of 5. 60%. Shooting from the field.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
First quarter's complete with the Heat in front. First First quarter complete, on to the second period. A little bit of a feeling out process so far.
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Andre Iguodala at the line for 2 shots. 71% for his career. And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. Dinwiddie into the front court. Down 6.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Kevin Durant. He's now 4 for 6.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
I got him.
Butler. Iguodala. Tough matchup against Durant. To Wade. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Jordan. Miami secures the rebound. To Butler. He throws it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Durant against the former Finals MVP. Kevin Durant. He's now shooting 5 for 7. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it, on the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Has a chance. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Jimmy Butler, 3 for 3 in this first half. We talk so much about who are the MVP candidates, but there are other guys who are so valuable to their teams, and Jimmy Butler at the forefront of that list.
I have a phrase that I use when I describe players like Jimmy Butler. It's called most valuable mentality. There are certain players that approach the game with a certain mindset every single day that they will do anything possible to win the ball game. He plays with his heart and soul every single possession and every night, and he will leave it on the court if that means he can win the ball game.
Butler to Wade. No go to Butler, down low. The pass set it all up.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there, but see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer, always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
To Dinwiddie. And scores. Strong take.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight. Here, because that was not an easy look.
Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. To Dragic. Jimmy Butler. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Bam Adebayo with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Butler into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Dragic. Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Nets have the basketball. To Hollis Jefferson. Kyrie Irving, 2 of 4 now. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Irving to Dinwiddie. Pass stolen by Miami.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Subbing in for Miami, number 3, Dwayne Wade. Defensive 3-second violation for Miami, for Brooklyn.
Missed it at the line. Irving. To Durant. Trying to cash in. Add 2 points to the board.
Here's a tip for your defense. You can't give him that much space. You have to push up into his personal space and make him play the majority of the possessions with his back to the basket. Because if you allow him to open up, there's no stopping him.
Brooklyn with the basketball. He wants it at the rim and scores.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
And count the basket inside. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. And the Heat right now are feeling good.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Heat entered the locker room with a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Miami Heat. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Assists.
player of the half.
Butler did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
It's the Heat with the possession. Dragic to Butler. Free throws coming up.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Jimmy Butler, couple of free throws on the way. A career 83% free throw shooter. First free throw is good.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Into the front court, it's Irving. Trailing by 14, Durant. Tough matchup against Butler.
3-second violation for the Heat. For the Brooklyn Nets.
Count it at the line.
Oh, yeah.
Irving buries it on the catch and shoot.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Butler to bring it up. His guys lead here, early stages, third quarter. To Dragic.
Come on, you gotta work around the screen. You're killing me.
And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. Runner here, won't go. To Wade. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Durant. To Irving. Here comes the screen. Irving. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away. To Dragic. Scores from the post.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Here comes the screen. Dwayne Wade curling inside. Nice pass to get things going.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Lazy pass there, and it's intercepted. Dragic. Count the basket inside.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
And a throwdown. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
He'd have the basketball.
Hey, go set
Dragic
one.
to Wade.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Butler defended by Kevin Durant. Can't connect from in close. Here's Irving into the front court. His guys down big. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson.
And no emotion, just that ice cold. Cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. It's the Heat with the possession. Dragic goes to the left side. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Durant matched up with Iguodala. Has a look. A shot by Durant that's no good.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win the defensive battle.
Dragic to Wade. Dwayne Wade. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Spencer Dinwiddie. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 79% at the line. Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Dragic with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. Able to convert inside.
There are certain guys in this league that were brought to teams to do things that normal players would never think about doing. We call them tone setters.
Brooklyn's got it. KD for 2. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
That ends the third quarter as the Heat enjoy some breathing room. basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ball game, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Dragic with it. His guy's up by 15. Here comes the screen. Vince Carter. Nice pass to set things up.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Dragic. Kevin Durant sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Watch that cutter.
Irving gets it in the left corner to Irving. Fires the three. Not that time. He missed it. The follow won't go either. To Dragic. To Carter. DeAndre Jordan with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
And count the basket.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Irving brings the ball up court. To Durant. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Pulled in by Biyombo. To Dragic. Kevin Durant. Huge block. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 17, Jeremy Lin. Into the game for the Brooklyn Nets. Number 8, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Lin. The screen sets him up for two.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes two of us.
Nets have it. To Durant. Here comes the screen. Probing the defense. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Kevin Durant at the line for a chance at a three-point play, shooting 80% in this contest. Free throw's good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Lin with it. Looking to make something happen.
Me and you.
A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Durant. Pass stolen by Miami.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Durant. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Dinwiddie with the basketball. Down a bundle. Irving to Durant. 4-3. It's Biyombo with the rebound.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. To Jordan. Durant. Off the mark. No good. To Lin.
Hold on, space out. ISO. Ooh,
DeAndre Jordan rejects it. Irving. That's off the side of the rim, short.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
The Heat with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The Heat were solid in today's victory. And some people may disagree, but I think their ball movement was the biggest key to their victory. Still, I think we'd all agree that they made the defense look slow and confused throughout this matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat. When you have a look at these highlights, you can see how this team wasn't able to get it together. It was definitely a frustrating loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Assists.
The Miami Heat played fantastic team basketball today. Ball movement is clearly what separated these two squads.
Player of the game.
Butler put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in a zone, he just took it to another level. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the upcoming games for the Miami Heat. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.